Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I'm Richard. Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey at JWonder on the MakeCode forum.
Today we are working on our billiards game, pool game, whatever you want to call it. I think we're going to start saying billiards because pool can also mean like a pool.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You know, when you do our off stream, I was just thinking about this. What you could do is if you have it up, you could use a paint bucket and just like replace with transparency, and then just use the undo button to be like, wow, look at this awesome thing that I'm making just immediately, real quick.
True.
For future reference, it can be fun. I'll trick people into thinking that we're really, really quick at art.
Yeah, I'll do that in the future for sure. Yeah, so as Joey was alluding to, I've just been doing, just before stream starts, as I often do, I wasn't writing code this time. I was just doing some graphics we're going to need. So what we're working on today is we've got our basic physics and stuff done. So, you can hit the cue ball and, hit the other balls around. We're actually going to start doing the game logic today. Oh, we also have that you can place the ball after you scratch. So do that. Now I can just place the ball wherever I want, except it won't let me place it if it's too close to another ball. So I can place it down, and now I can go ahead and, aim again. Today, what we're going to be doing is the actual game logic. So we're making this a 2-player game, and I think we're going to have 2 modes. So we're going to have an online multiplayer mode, and we're also going to have just 2 people passing a game back and forth, so that you can play this on the Pi Gamer or what have you. So it'll just say player 1 turn. You give your console to the other person. They take their turn. They give it back to you, back and forth.
Gotcha.
So what I did before stream
mode.
Yeah, I was just drawing some graphics we're going to need. So I did a turn indicator. So like player 1 turn, player 2 turn. I did these P1 and P2. And what these are going to be used for is once stripes or solids is locked into a certain player, we're going to put P1 or P2 up here in this space on either side of the 8-ball. And then I have this big foul, which will show up when you do a foul. And then the thing you just saw me doing, which is this player 1 place ball or player 2 place ball, which will appear when they are placing the ball somewhere because the other person fouled. So with that, let's go ahead and start coding some of that in place. So I don't think we left anything hanging last time. We had just done the actual placing things around. So to start doing this state, what we're going to do is create a variable, which is going to be like current player turn. And we're going to start this out with 1. I guess we should maybe make it like, I don't know, we'll do a 50% chance, 1 or 2. Don't want to give anyone an advantage. Bounced over that like 3 times before I picked it up. There we go. Set this to 1 or set it to 2. I could totally, instead of doing this, just have used a pick random number, but whatever. Okay, next thing, we need some space for this UI. So we're going to take this power bar and we're going to move it over to the left so we can use the right. So let's go ahead and just take the status bar. We're going to set the left to be, I don't know, 5. That looks good. Okay, so power over there. And actually, let's set the Y to be, let's put it a little bit farther down. So we'll make this like 113. No, even farther. 115. There we go. All right, cool. So got power down here, and we're going to be putting our little UI things over here. So we're going to make a function now that we're going to call update. Or you know what? Maybe we're not going to do this in a function. We should probably just do this inside of a Render on Z index, huh? All right. What is this render on Z index? Oh, so this is the one that's actually drawing the X's and whatnot. That's nice. What is this Z index doing? Oh, this one's drawing the aiming thing. Okay, so we'll do it in this one. So we already have a game state. So we're going to go ahead and say if state equals and go through our various states. So let's see. We have aiming, power, waiting, and placing. I think those are the 4 we have so far. Joe, you're muted.
You said the third one was playing?
Waiting.
Aiming, power, placing, and playing?
Waiting.
Waiting, okay.
Because you're just waiting for the balls to stop moving.
Okay. Yes, okay.
We could make it so you don't have to wait till the balls stop moving, and then if you do aim too soon, you get a foul, because that is technically a foul.
It'd be kind of fun though if we added like bullet time sort of thing. Like if you're aiming, you can do like a trick shot.
Just imagine that in real life, all right? Like, it seems even hard to get that as a foul. Like, all of the balls are moving, and you're just like, gotcha.
I know. I mean, it seems cool, right? This is the rule of cool falling in, right? Maybe it can be like I mean, any sort of like competitive game nowadays has ultimate powers, right? So 1 out of 10 shots you get, it powers you up all the way, depending on how many balls get collided to you if you're given shots. It's a good time.
Okay, we're gonna make this placing. We can like I said before, we're going to do regular pool, and then we can decide if we're going to do fancy stuff on top of it once we got the regular game in.
You need a good baseline before you make the game that people actually want to play.
Hey, I think it's pretty fun already, to be honest. But I am totally fine with adding like a multiple modes or something. Like you have one is just normal pool mode, and then we have another one that is like cool pool.
Super cool pool is every time you switch players, the balls get randomized.
That's not fun. That is not fun at all. That is nothing but frustrating.
Can we have a pool where like eventually you get a big blue shell come out in front of you when you're ahead by too much and you get blown all the way back? You like
what does that mean though? Like the blue shell goes off and the balls come back to life, or
it makes it so right before your cue ball hits it, it does the blue shell movement and it like bounces right around and it hits you at 2 or 3 of the balls of the other player in for them.
That seems difficult to program. Okay. So we are going to do state equals placing. For power and aim, we're going to have the same thing, which is just the player 1 turn, right? Actually, we'll probably have that for power, aim, and waiting, because might as well. So do aim, do power, do waiting. And what we're going to be doing here is just drawing an image to the screen. So I'll go ahead and grab this guy, put it down here. And we need that current player turn check. So put that in there. And we're going to be drawing, let's grab those images I made. Whoop, get over here. So if we are in the player turn and the current player turn is 1, we're going to be drawing this player 1 turn thing. And instead of using temp number, we're going to be drawing this at, I don't know, like over the halfway point. So over 80, probably a bit more. We'll make it like 100. And then for the Y, we want this to be like below the board. So I'm just going to eyeball something here and do 100. That should probably be fine. And let's go ahead and put in the else case because we don't know which player's turn it's actually going to be. So it could be player 1 or player 2. Go. Okay, so there we go. Player 1 turn, player 2 turn, player 1 turn. Good. All right. So we need to move this a little bit. So we're going to knock this 100 up to, let's do 110. And we're going to put the Y as like 104. By the way, the X and Y here are left and top. So there we go. Okay, I think that looks good. Does that look good, Joey?
Yeah, it's very pretty, very nice.
I wish the blue contrasted better with the purple, but I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
You can read the text, and that's what's important. So, but
we
maybe
can always
we'll
come back to it later if people yell at us.
It's easy to change the art. So, all right. So there we go. That's good. Let's go ahead and do the placing now. So I'm going to inside of the placing, we're just going to be doing the same thing, but we're going to put in our place ball text instead, and we will do it like that. And so let's test that out. So I'm just going to hit it straight to pocket. Bam. Now it says player 1 place ball, place the ball. Now it says player 1 turn. All right. Good. So that's all good. All right. So when we do a foul, let's do the foul thing. So we're gonna make a foul sprite appear, and then we're just going to like destroy it, give it a lifespan, and it'll get destroyed. So let's make a function for this. Call it onFoul. And for onFoul, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating that foul sprite, like we said. We're also going to be switching the player turn. So we're going to change player 1 turn to player 2 turn. And we're going to go into that placing mode that we were in before. Actually, you know what? Did we already have a variable for like we did foul, I think. So I think it is inside the sync-in. Yeah, here we go. So we have this did foul equals true. So we'll set that too. So let me go ahead and put onFoul right here. Go ahead and collapse that up. And then we're going to drag this down into our function. So that function we were just looking at, that was what was handling when a ball goes into a pocket. And so that was checking if it was the cue ball. And if it is, that's a foul. So, all right, Joey's coming up with ideas in chat while I'm not looking. I'm not going to look at them.
Okay.
So, yeah, you come to me once you've ideated a bit.
Okay.
All right. So when we foul, we're going to create a sprite with this foul art. And we'll just give this a kind. We'll just make a decoration kind. And we'll use our temp sprite variable for this. And we're going to go ahead and give this guy a lifespan. Of 2 seconds. All right. So when that happens, we're going to go ahead and swap the player turn. So I probably should have made this a Boolean, but hey, whatever. We're going to go ahead and set the 1 turn to be the other one. So let's see, where are you? Variables, set current player turn, make this 2. Otherwise, make this 1. When you have two states, it's always good to just make a Boolean, but whatever. Okay, so let me try and okay, let me actually foul. Foul. Now it says player 1 place ball because it was player 2 turn. So that's good. All right. So one thing you probably noticed the Z index was messed up because we had the cue ball appear on top of the other sprite. So let's go ahead and fix that. We're going to take our temp sprite and we're going to set its Z to be something that is above we'll just make it, we're drawing the HUD at 99999, I think, so we'll just make it 999. Try that again. Foul. And it says player 2 place ball. Now I can go ahead and place this wherever I want. And now we're to player 2 turn. All right, beautiful. So that takes care of the first kind of fouls. There are other kinds of fouls that we can have. So let's go through those. Joey, do you remember what the fouls are?
Just for general ones or for breaking fouls?
General ones.
General ones? I mean, the easiest one is you hit the first one into the other player's ball before hitting your own.
So that's the only one I think we're actually going to be coding. Okay. Is that one, which is if you hit the other player's ball before one of yours, then that is a foul. So there's another thing that we do have to code, which is an illegal shot. So if you hit a ball, but it doesn't hit a cushion or doesn't go in, that is an illegal shot, not a foul, but it does mean your turn is over. So, well, obviously it means your turn is over. I'm realizing now. Is that a foul? Because why do they even specify it in the rules if it just means your turn is over? Maybe that is a foul. I'll have to look that up in a bit. First, let's just handle this one that we know is definitely a foul, which is you hit, something that is not yours. So in order to do the code for is it yours or not, we first need to actually track, is it yours or not, So we need to actually keep track of which player has stripes and which player has solids. If you remember last time we talked about this, the way that's determined is whenever, whoever is currently playing hits the balls. Oh, I didn't even try to foul there. Whatever the first color whatever the first stripe or solid you get in is, that will be your type of ball. So I was player 2 just then, and I hit in a solid. So that will mean that player 2 is solids and player 1 is stripes. So let's do that right now. So we have a sync ball function. Let's go ahead and grab that, sync in pocket. And in here, we're going to need probably 2 variables for this. So we're going to make one variable, which is stripes, solids, decided. And we're going to set this to false. And we're going to have another variable, which is going to be stripes is player 1.
See, unrelated to our ideation, but from chat, we have you should change the word solids and stripes to P1 and P2 after the first player hits. But still don't look. Still don't look, because this is important. We're doing the ideation without Richard.
Yeah, I already have UI for this. I'm going to leave solids and stripes. There's going to be a little indicator that's going to show up that's going to say P1 and P2 that are going to appear right here. I don't know why. I just like the words solids and stripes. I don't want to get rid of them for some reason.
I mean, it is also like there's only like 6 pixels difference per ball, so it can be hard to see at a glance.
Yeah,
what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. I do think it's just like clear to leave that in there. All right. Okay, so when we do the sync in pocket, we are going to first determine if this is a solid or a stripe. So the solids are anything that is less than 8 is a solid. Anything that is greater than 8 is a stripe, and then the 8 is obviously special. So, so we have the number right here. But first we're going to do if not where did I put that variable? Stripes, solids, decided. And then we're going to check, is this number is it a special ball? So there are 2 special balls, right? There is here, actually, we'll do that right here. So because we're already checking if we're -1 here, so that's the cue ball. So here we'll check if it's 8. And then we'll put this here because we're going to have to do special logic when it's 8 eventually. But for now, we'll just do this. So if it's not, and if not stripes solids decided, then we are going to go ahead and mark this as whichever player it is, mark this as their turn. Well, not their turn. Mark them in that variable we have. So stripes as player 1 is going to be, so first we're going to see if it's a stripe or not. So it's a solid if it's less than 8. And then inside here, we're going to set stripes as player 1 equal to current player turn does not equal 1. Let me make sure that's right. So if it's less than 8, then it is a solid. So if it was player 1's turn, then we would want this to be false. So yes, we want current player turn does not equal 1. And now inside of this else, we're just going to do current player turn equals 1. That'll tell us is stripes player 1 or is stripes player 2. Beautiful. All right, with that done, we're going to go back over to our UI. And we are now going to draw that indicator that I mentioned. So I have this P1 and I have this P2. So we don't care about the state for this. We're just always going to draw this once it's decided. So we'll go ahead and put in an if here. Grab stripes solid decided. And we're going to say if stripes is player 1, then we're going to draw P1 over here to the right. So the X that we have here is going to be 80 plus, I don't know, it's like 3 pixels there. So we'll add 4, or we'll add 5. So 85. And for the Y, we want this to just be, let's see, what is the Y that I'm drawing the stripe solid thing at? I'm drawing it at 4, so I'll do the same thing here. 4. Not 1044. 4. All right. That looks good. Otherwise, what we're going to do is draw it at the other location. So the width of this is 8. So I'm going to take 80, subtract 5, that gets us 75, and then I'm going to subtract 8 from that, which is going to give us 67. And now we just do the P2 drawing, which is just going to have whatever the opposite coordinates are. So put the P2 there, put the P2 there. This one is going to be 67. This one is 85. All right, beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this. And let's see if I sync one. Seriously? Okay. Didn't sync a single one. All right, I guess I'll try this time. Oh, that brown one wants to go in. All right. There you go. Okay, so player 2 sunk a stripe, and our code did not work because clearly it's not drawing this to the screen. Okay, I did set stripe solid decided to true, right? I probably forgot to do that. I did indeed forget to do that. There we go. All right. Try this again. Break. Nice. All right. So
nice. Oh,
we did it.
Wow.
We also hit in the 8 ball, which is no good, but we'll handle that later.
Did you ever look up how they handled that? Because you said that was not a scratch on the first shot.
No,
right?
I didn't look it up. I'm telling you, we're just gonna make it a start over.
Start over. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing though, like, because the most fun part of playing pool is breaking the.
That's true. Yes. So as Joey was kind of hinting at there, this one thing that I looked when I was doing my research on pool rules was actually, you know what? Should I put the P1, P2 there, or should I put it over here on the over here? I don't know if it'll fit over there. Actually, this is fine. I do need to increase the X on this P1 by 1 though. So if you make a scratch, well, if you hit the 8-ball in on the break, it's in the rules, and I saw this in multiple places, that the person who did the break can request a re-rack. And so my question has been, what happens if you don't re-rack? What happens? I would assume what it is just that the first person to hit in all of their stripes or solids wins, right? But it's never really clarified because the 8-ball's already in.
Have the 8-ball spotted and take ball in hand. What does spotted mean in this context?
Spotted means you pick it up and you put it.
Oh, okay. It's just place it somewhere. Okay.
But see, there's another scenario where you can't do that because there are a lot of pool tables, that bars or whatever, that capture the ball.
Yeah.
When it goes in.
Yeah. So it says that it's either you can choose to do that or you can re-rack. And obviously, all of our players have good taste and they re-rack because it's so much more fun to break again, as I just said.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna elide that option.
All right. So we want to change this to be 86. There we go. Make sure they're nice and even. There we go. Okay, so P1 is solids, P2 is stripes. That looks good. And we want now to, so now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and do the actual foul thing. So we need to keep track of first contact. And for that, we're going to have to go into our physics.
Okay, I'm looking at the rules a little bit more. There's one alternative, I will say. There's bar rules, APA and BCA. I don't know which one, if you know off the top of your head. I'm guessing BCA or APA. Bar and APA are both, you automatically win, actually. You just win the game if you hit it in on a break. And BCA is the one that it does what we just talked about.
Well, that's the worst game, I have to say.
Yeah.
But
it does follow the rule of cool, though, right? Like, you just break it immediately. This is assuming you didn't foul. You lose if you fouled. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So with that in mind, let's go ahead. We're going to do that foul now. And to do that foul, we are going to go into our, let's see, inside of our on-game update, one of these, not this one, the long one. Yeah, this one. All right, so here's where we're doing our physics checks. All right, and we'll just go over this code real quick. So we loop over all of the balls, all of these circle body sprites. For each of them, we move them. And then when we move them 1 pixel at a time, and then we check for collisions every time we move them, and then decide if we are going to do collision resolution. And then if we do, we stop moving them. So inside of this collision resolution right here, that's where this distance is less than collide distance. So here's where an actual collision is happening. We want to check if the cue ball is one of the balls involved in this. So we're going to make a variable, and we have did collide here. We're going to make another variable, which is going to be called did cue ball collide. Like that. And we're going to have to set this to be false whenever we do a break. So I'm going to leave this on the workspace so that I remember. Not whenever we do a break, whenever we hit the ball. So in here, we're going to go ahead and put in an if and do a, we'll do this at the end so that we can have our logic all going nicely here, right here, and say if not did cue ball collide. And inside here, we're going to check, is one of the balls the cue ball? So both of these guys have a number property. And the cue ball's number is set to be -1. We just set it when we create it. So we want to use potential collision for this first one. And then for the second one, we're going to do value, which is pointing to the one that we're currently checking collisions for. Now, from this dropdown, we'll just choose number. And we're going to need some equals, and we're going to need an or. So grab that. Or you know what? I'm going to have to do a check for which one is the actual one later. So I'm just going to do a check right here and say, if potential collision data number equals and do -1, so this means potential collision is the cue ball, then we are going to do this logic first. So we will set that did cue ball collide to be true. Cool. And we're now going to check, is this the right kind of ball we have? So we don't actually care if the stripes and solids have not been decided yet. So we're going to put in another if here. And we're going to do if stripes solids decided. So if this is decided and the cue ball, we know that the cue ball is part of this collision, all we're going to do is we're going to check the number on the other ball, and we're going to make sure that it matches player one. So I guess first what we have to do is check whose turn it is. This is going to be an annoying if statement that I'm going to have to write twice.
Yeah. Is that worth a function?
No, I don't think so.
Why not? And let's see, this potential collision, I am forgetting a little bit. This is running every single frame for every single ball, and so that's.
Yep.
What is this? Okay.
All right. So if stripe solids decided and current player turn equals 1, then we're going to get the number of the other ball and see, is it less than 8? And if it is, then we are going to do a check and say, is player 1 stripes? So stripes is player 1. Then we have finally gotten to the deepest nesting of this, and we can do on foul. Okay, so if the value number is less than 8, if the other thing happens, so let's go ahead and do an else if. Value is, wait, I guess, it's a foul also if you hit the 8 ball first, right? So.
Yeah. We'll need to fix it for like when you're out of balls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we'll do greater than 8 here, and then we'll do equals 8 here, and this will be like when we actually handle that later.
Yeah.
So if it's greater than 8, then we're going to do this, but we're going to do a not, and then otherwise it's the same. And beautiful. And then in this else case, for now, we're just going to always make it a foul. You can never hit the 8 ball. But later, we're going to do a check to see if we've hit in all of our solids or stripes. And if we have, then it's fine. Cool. All right. So with that, we have now handled the player 1 turn case. Let's go ahead now and do the player 2 turn case. And for that, all we have to do is copy this if statement, but change all of the, go ahead and negate these. So we'll make this not, and then that one true, like that. Beautiful. Okay, so we did that. And now we just need to duplicate this giant if statement. And here's where I have to see, make sure I'm putting it in the right place. Okay, I need to put it above that. So right there. And now we are going to do the same thing, but everywhere it says potential collision, we are going to change this to be value. Everywhere it says value, we're going to change that to be potential collision.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the logic is exactly the same. All right. That should do it. So let's go ahead and decide the players first. So we need to hit one in. There we go. Okay. So I am player 2, and I am stripes. So I need to hit a solid first. So I'm going to hit this solid right here. You know what? Let's do the non-foul case first. I'm going to hit this stripe ball. Perfect. I didn't get a foul. That's what we wanted.
Beautiful.
So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit this solid ball, which will be a foul. No, did not get a foul.
Not perfect.
Not perfect. Okay, we need to figure out there what's going on.
Fortunately.
Oh, I know what it was.
All in here already, so it's not going to be a quarter at least. Probably.
Yeah. It was this variable that I left on the workspace to remind me.
Ooh, nice.
So we need to go to where we actually hit the ball. So that'll be inside of the on A button pressed. Gain power. And we're going to set did cue ball collide to be false. All right, let's try that again. All right, I'm player 1 and I'm solids. So we're going to hit a solid first. Nice, cool. So didn't get a foul. We're going to hit this stripe now, hopefully. Foul.
It's scary when it pops up all of a sudden.
Yeah, so now it's player 2 turn. I'm going to go ahead and put player 2 right here. Why is there a cue ball on the table?
This is a good way to make some money, right? You go to the pool, you foul, and then a cue ball spawns into existence, and you do that a couple hundred times, and then you sell it to somebody.
Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure what we did was when we do a foul, we moved our thing into placing, but we did not actually
destroy the old one.
We didn't destroy the old one. So what we have to do is inside of our start placing here, we're going to.
Are we sure this isn't just how cue balls are made? Or I guess pool balls in general, right? You just repeat the cue ball a bunch of times and then you paint them.
Could be. Okay, so inside of start placing, we'll just destroy cue ball. All right, so try that again. Okay, I'm player 1, I'm stripes. So I'm going to hit this solid right here and foul. Now player 2 gets to place the ball. Cool. And no cue ball left over. So perfect. So now I'm player 2 and I'm solid. So I'm going to hit the stripe and foul once again.
Do we want to check the 8 ball?
Yeah, I did check that already.
Or you did check that one? Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't talk about it while I was doing it. So player 1 turn, I'm going to go ahead and hit the 8 ball and foul. And I hit the 8 ball in, so that technically should have been losing the game. But
okay, we can make it work.
All right. Perfect. Okay, so we've got that foul in there. I think that's going pretty well. Do you guys want to talk about the modes that you've been coming up with?
I think it's probably fine. So I'll just list them off from the start. I'll give you the blame too. So from me, Mario Party mode. So bonus score at the end of the game for most balls hitting walls from your shot, least distance shot for cue ball, that sort of thing.
So you it's just going to be flip a coin at the end, is what you're saying.
Well, it just gives you a star at the end, and it's either a draw or a win, right?
Okay.
Let's see. Then there is competitive mode, 2v2. So instead of 1v1, there's 2v2. One player is shooting the cue ball and the other is shooting a ball at the cue ball to interrupt it or something like that, like placing obstacles, somehow making it so you have an offense and a defense team. You can swap off each time. Let's see. mole mode. There are more holes on the board. This is from Unsigned Arduino, so don't make fun of it. There are moles
Gonna make fun of
occupying
it.
some
That's
of
a
the
really good
holes.
idea.
No, yeah. This one, I mean, the last one was me. You can make fun of that one. They move, so there's more holes, but some of them have moles in them, and they move around every shot.
I really like that idea. We're definitely gonna do that one.
See, then from me, it was similar to that. We give scores per hole, and you're trying to do it like a skee ball type of thing. So, and then they rotate around or something like that, similar to the mole. We could use similar logic. We got sidetracked talking about Mario Kart for a minute. Reverse. You get to pick a colored ball and try to aim the white ball into a hole. That's probably a little bit easier.
That's yeah, that's pretty easy, I think.
Yeah. Then I was talking about Wiggler because Wiggler is now the DLC character, which means you can ride Wiggler as a cart and the player at the same time in Mario Kart. Anyway, we kept on getting back to there.
Okay.
You should change the word solids and stripes. Mode where you hit the wall, it teleports to the opposite side from the table from where it made contact. You know, like I described it as like Pac-Man, where you go to the left and
Oh
appear
my
on the
God.
right. Then two more, faith mode. All the colored balls turn gray when aiming, so you either have to remember which balls are solids and stripes, or hope and pray you didn't hit opponents. That's like a stress simulator, right? You have to do it fast, or else you're gonna forget. And then the last one is one player O mode, like solitaire. No, not solitaire, like you versus pool AI, because they want you to make a pool AI. And then the only other comments are that I was saying that it's easy to make a pool AI, but it's harder to make one that doesn't suck, which is always true.
Right. We were actually talking about doing that at the beginning. I think that's still a good idea, but we might do that. Like we might take a break or something. T Phoenix is also asking, is this going to be prehistoric pool? No, we started this before the game jam. So
yeah.
We could be working on prehistoric games right now, but I really liked this pool game, so that's why we're still working on it.
If we made a mode that was prehistoric, would that count?
What does that mean?
I'm thinking, I'm forgetting what the name, but the game where you hit the thing and it eats the pebbles or whatever like that. I forget what the name of the game is.
Hungry Hippos, Joey.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But we do that with T-Rexes and we do that with pool balls. Can we do that?
Wait, I just got 2 solids in. That was really sweet.
Yeah. Actually, could we do that if we just increase the number of balls on the table and then call it a day and replace the holes with the T-Rexes? That could probably be done pretty quick.
Wait. I'm confused what you mean.
I want to convert the pool into a Hungry Hippo game minimally by just increasing the number of balls on the table, randomizing them a bit, and replacing the holes with the T-Rexes.
True. Yeah, we could do that. That's maybe a separate game, but
yeah.
Yes.
I meant for like a prehistoric game jam tie-in.
Yeah. That's totally something we did.
Nice.
All right. Cool. Let's get back to it. So we've got that foul in. That's good. Let's start doing the 8-ball logic. So we're going to have to we're going to make a function which is going to check if we can hit the 8-ball or not. So we're going to put in we'll make a function for this. This will be can player hit the 8-ball. This is going to take in a Boolean, which is going to be player 1. And this is going to take in no, that's all we need. This Boolean for player 1. All right. So if it's player 1, we are going to loop over. Well, first we need to check, is the stripe solids decided? So let's do that right now. If stripe solid is not decided, I think it's fine to hit the 8-ball in that case. I think it's fine to hit the 8-ball in that case.
Is that possible to be in a? I guess when you hit a break, you don't hit anything in, so you foul, and then somebody else. hits it in? Is that the case?
It's not a foul to not hit anything in on a break. That's totally fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's fine to do that. Okay. Yeah. That seems fine then.
All right. So let's check our variable. We're going to do if stripe solid's decided, or rather, if not, then we're just going to return true because that's fine. All right. After that, we're going to say, is this player one? And then we're going to say, is it player one? Then we're going to do if stripes is player one. Where are you, stripes is player one? There we go. Else there. Now we're going to put down here. We're going to do another check. Stripes is player one. You know, we'll do this inside of else. Why not? It makes me happier. That's symmetry. And we're going to make another function. Are all balls of kind suck? And it's going to take in a Boolean, which is going to be stripes. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do an F and say if it's if it's stripes, then we are going to loop over all of our stripe numbers. Actually, what we can do is we can just loop over all of the ball sprites and see if there's anything that is greater than 8 that is left and hasn't been destroyed. Then that means that there is one that hasn't been sunk. So do a for of loop. And we're going to do array of all sprites of kind circle body. And in here, we're going to check if the number is greater than 8. I feel like we're getting a ton done today.
We're on the ball.
We are on the ball. Thank you, Judd. Normally, I don't like your puns. That was a pretty good one. I'm all for it. And by not like, I mean, I play a character who does not like Joey's puns. I do actually, Joel. You know. All right. So for element of circle body, if any of them have a number that is greater than 8, then we go ahead and return false. Down here at the bottom, we're also going to return true. And now, so if we are not checking stripes, then we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to be checking less than 8. And also, we need to check does not equal -1, because -1 is, I don't know if you know this, Joey, it's less than 8.
Wow. Can we get a fact check on that? Anybody in chat can help out with this? All I know is that it's just one little squiggle away from being imaginary. So I don't know if I trust this -1 thing.
That's true. That's true. Okay. So I think we're good there. So we have our all kinds of false sunk. So now inside here, we are just going to return a call to that function. So if stripes is player 1, then we are going to return true. Otherwise, we're going to return false. And now in this other one, we're just going to reverse that. So we're going to do true here. We're going to do false here. So this is if it's player 2. If it's player 2 and stripes is player 1, then we want to check solids, which is false. Then we want to check stripes, which is true. There you go. All right. Can player hit the 8 ball? Beautiful. Got that. So we're going to go into our our collision code. Where did I put that? Nope. That'd be like over here somewhere. There we go. Yeah, this is it. Tell because it's gigantic. And we have this 8-ball check right here. So inside here, we're just going to go ahead and change that to if can player hit the 8 ball, and then we put in current player equals 1 like that.
Ooh, Lucas is here from Form Lucas. How y'all been doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty okay. Saw a bunch of interns yesterday. It was fun. They're
That's
gonna
true,
make
yeah.
games.
We got some new interns. Okay, cool. So that should handle our 8 ball check. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I don't hit any. No, okay. I wanted to not hit any balls in there. All right, so just going real slow. I need to break the 8 ball out of here without hitting any balls in. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so now I'm gonna hit this 8 ball first, and this should be fine. This should be legal. Beautiful. Okay, well, it wasn't legal because I hit it, but I didn't get foul, which is what we want. So let's go ahead and restart. This time I want to hit the 8 ball. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Well, first let's make sure I get a foul. So I don't think I can hit that 8 ball. So I'm gonna go ahead and. Well, I did get a foul. All right, so on player 2, I can definitely not hit the 8 ball yet. Gonna go hit that. That should have been a foul.
I can't tell. I don't know if I've seen the previous hint, but if you see this hint, you will be calling it a different game. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought Lucas just straight up called out, guessed the game that Q Phoenix was hinting at, because he responded with no all capitals, like he just got caught early.
Okay, so let's check our can hit player hit the 8 ball check. So we're returning, are all of the balls sunk? So if this returns true, then we should be able to do it. So does that mean there's a problem with our guy right here? Looks right to me. There you go. Let's try this again just for a sanity check. All right, got to get over to that 8 ball. Here we go. All right, so gonna hit the 8 ball here. I am player 1. So that should have definitely been a foul.
Yeah.
Did I just negate it, maybe? Like, am I just being stupid and I negated it? I'm gonna hit all the balls then.
You are player 1 right now. Okay.
I'm just gonna hit all of them.
That worked.
So it's actually good if I foul.
Is it off by 1 in the like less than 8 or something like that? Do we use less than 9?
Oh.
Probably not.
No, I made the numbers, like the numbers are actually there. Okay, so I want to hit all the stripes in because stripes is closest here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this stripe, or fail to hit this stripe in. Okay. No, go in.
Oh, that was kind of nice. They just like hit each other and stopped. Yeah, no, I can wait.
No, go in. Go into the pocket. All right, I'm just gonna keep hitting.
You knocked 1 in. There you go.
Yeah, the wrong kind. Hit it. No. Oh, darn it. Darn it. Got it. All right, got one in. Nice. Okay, now I just have this yellow one in. So I'm gonna aim perfectly, do just the right amount of power, and oh, that was so close. Get in there. No! No, it hit the 8 ball in. Oh my god. Let's start over. And there we go. Doing stripes. Gonna go ahead and intentionally foul. All right, now which of the stripes is the best one to hit in? Probably this brown one. Well, messed that up. No, got it in. Yes. All right, perfect. That was totally intended. All right. Okay, fouled. Gonna go ahead and do this. Let's do this yellow one. Not a great shot, but I can try. So I just want to barely hit it. So we'll do like that. Nope. No, I hit the 8-ball in again. Oh my gosh, this is gonna take forever to test. If I don't do it this time, we're gonna give up and we're just gonna stare at the code until we figure it out.
Ooh, for 3 minutes?
We only have 3 minutes left? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, get the stripe in. Nope. No, I did get it in. Yep. 100% intended. All right, this blue one in. Let's do it. Go, 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 go. I would have taken any of those three. Go, 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 go. All right, got the orange one in.
How hard do you think it would be to project all the, like the first layer of collisions, I guess? Doing it recursively would be really annoying. But just making a cheat mode so that we could test it easier.
What do you mean?
So the physics are all deterministic anyway. So make it so when the line would overlap, hit a ball, it projects what that second the ball's going to go into.
Good question. Okay, I think I did just negate it.
It's...
Because look, player 2 can't hit the 8-ball, despite the fact that all the stripes are in. And player 1
Gotcha.
can't hit the 8-ball. Yeah, I think I just negated it. All right. Why is this negated though? Okay. So can player hit the 8-ball is returning are all ball kinds sunk. And for all balls of kind sunk, what we're doing is we're looping over all of these guys and we're returning false if we find one of the balls that matches. Otherwise, we return true. That seems right.
If
oh, I know what it is. I'm a dummy. I'm such a dummy. If can player hit the 8-ball, call foul. It's gonna be faster if I just leave these all as is and I change the name of the function. Can player not hit the 8-ball? And just negate the result right here.
Is player going to jail for hitting this ball?
Not hit the 8-ball. And now we just negate all of these. Return this, make this false. Go ahead and grab some knots. Stick them in there. That like that.
Send the players to jail? Question mark, question mark. Just if you go to jail in game, you go to jail in real life.
Yeah, our all of our games are legally binding.
Yeah. Did you not read the fine print?
Yeah, it's in our terms of service.
Okay.
For the same reason that we own actually your parents' house, and any pets you have are ours as well.
Yeah. Did you not see where it said this is free and then in parentheses LOL?
Just kidding. We would never take your pets, even though we love them. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am Richard. Richard on the MakeCode forum. Make sure you tune in on Friday where we're going to be working on this game some more. I think we've actually done most of the stuff at this point. So hopefully we'll finish up the pure game logic on Friday, and then we're just going to do fun stuff. So
important thing is that are we going to add the nice little sounds when you hit stuff?
Oh, good point. Yeah, we should maybe do some sound design on this one.
It'd be really fun. And I'm Joey at J Wonder on the MakeCode forum, by the way.
And Gideon's asking for a link. 1 second. Got a link for you.
Not a
And
Zelda game. Maybe we can add Zelda to this game. That's believable.
yeah, here, I'll share a link for this. And perhaps I will post a link on the forum that is just the physics of this, because I think there are a lot of games that could be made with just these circle collision physics, you know? All right. Well, see you guys later. Bye.